Okay, in this video, we're going over how to actually scale an e-commerce brand in 2024. I've been inside over 50 e-commerce brands to help them scale and have over $20 million of attributed revenue through my consulting. So you can choose to listen to me if you want. If you don't, doesn't matter to me, but I'm going to be going over everything in this video and what you need to make sure that you have locked in. So first, we want to understand the evolution of the market. What has been happening since 2020, because we are playing a different game than back in the day. So evolution of the market, 2020 to 2023, where were we at? We had COVID, all that good stuff. Government prints a ton of money to try to save everybody. Everybody had stimulus checks. They had a ton of money. Consumers were buying anything because they had nothing better to do in COVID and in that era than just to buy. So e-com brands felt rich, and new e-com brands start multiplying, especially with Shopify making it super easy for people to set up a store, drop shippers. So new e-com brands start multiplying, and then now we're in 2024 where we're in a bear market. There's fear of inflation and recession, all that stuff, and the consumer just has less cash to spend, and they're way more skeptical, and they are just buying less. So you have more supply, so many e-com brands, and the more skeptical buyers. It's just resulting in e-com brands making a lot less money, and e-com brands who continue as usual, pretending like it's 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. They're just going to fizzle out, whereas the brands who focus on profit, that's kind of the key of this whole entire video, is them being able to thrive and survive past 1 to 2 years. So it's important to understand the context and the evolution of the market, because also this is just leading to the customer isn't buying like they used to. You can pay top dollar for your cold traffic ads, but maybe you've noticed, but the customer just isn't buying right off the bat as much as they used to. Used to be able to put up some ads and get a 4x ROAS no matter what you put up, but we're kind of not in that ball game. So reason number one, why they're not buying like they used to, they just have less money. 2020, they had stimulus checks, they had all this stuff, and it was kind of shut up and take my money, whereas 2024, they have less money. And so you can see this with just expendable income down across the board. They're a little bit more skeptical with their money because they don't have as much with it. And reason number two is they just have a ton of options. So thanks to Shopify, there are so many brands that somebody can just access in a couple taps on their phone, and there's so many that they can choose from. And people like shopping around. Look at how fun this lady is having. So if people have 10 options for if your clothing store and you sell mountain jackets and there are 10 options out there, the odds of you getting that sale are much less likely than a couple years ago when maybe there was only 2 to 3 in your specific niche. So they're just more options. Reason number three, they've been scammed online before, so they're not buying right off your site because they ordered that 24-hour ab shredder 3000 off of a sketchy looking ad, and they're still waiting for it to get in the mail. And yeah, so they've been scammed online, or they haven't received their order. They've had a bad experience with a brand they didn't do their due diligence in. They didn't get their order. It took 2 months to get to them, so they're kind of scarred from that, and there's kind of no way to overcome that except for what I'm going to talk about. And then reason number four, they just don't know who you are. They're thinking, who is this brand? I've been scammed buying online before. What are people saying about it? And why not go with any of the other brands? They just don't know you. You're not going to be best friends with somebody right the first time you meet them. You have to get to know them a little bit. You have to start cracking some jokes, and then eventually you get to know them, and then you trust them to tell them your secrets, your deepest, darkest secrets. Not actually, but in this case, sending you their money, their precious money, takes a lot to get somebody to hand over their wallet. P.S. Subscribe to my free daily newsletter. You get a free 75-page guide on email marketing when you sign up. Inboxnewsletter.com/subscribe. Shameless plug. It's really good. So this is how to guarantee failure with your e-commerce funnel. So you have your attention capture and recapture up here, and you have paid ad traffic and then organic traffic. Probably 90% of your traffic is going to be coming from paid ads. You're spending a shit ton of money there, and you're driving site traffic. That's the point. But the problem is that conversion rates are around 1% for cold traffic, even less than that if we're talking cold traffic. Maybe you have a 2% or 3% conversion rate across your whole store, but a lot of that is recurring people. But cold traffic, 99% of people are just going to leave, and you have to pay for them again. You have to keep paying as they go through this, and 1% are going to purchase. So it's kind of bare and grim and unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. And the thing is, you need a couple people. You don't even need that many. You need just 2 or 3 to really break even and then start making a profit. So the more you can get that, the more people you can get, the more odds you have of actually having a profitable funnel. And if you bring one person into the funnel, you're able to know for a fact that you're getting a certain amount of money out and then scale profitably. So that is how to guarantee failure. You're just going to churn through ad spend. It's going to take a long time to scale because with your margins, you're getting a 2x ROAS, 3x ROAS, and then with your margins, you're only taking home a couple bucks per purchase. That's just how to guarantee failure. And this is how to stand a chance. What we want is we want to get at least some of the people, we want to get their information and send them stuff a cheaper way rather than just continuing to show them paid ads. So still, you're going to have 1% of traffic purchasing, but then we want to get them on the email list. Email is the cheapest form of traffic. We'll talk about it. But if you can get your website traffic, you can get 10% of people to opt into the email list, and then you have 1% of people purchase, and then you get those people, and then 89% of traffic leaves. That is a lot better. You're getting 10x essentially the amount of people entering your email list, or at least getting their information, able to send them stuff very cheap. And so this is the funnel of how to actually stand a chance. You could have a shitty store, and so that's why I'm saying not how to guarantee winning, but this is how you at least stand a fighting chance. At least with this, you're guaranteeing failure. With this, you can actually stand a chance. So what we want to do is send content. You need a content funnel to be able to level up your prospects here and earn their trust, because when people are coming in, they're a level 1 prospect. They do not know you and they do not trust you. You send content, they level up, and then they have intrigue. Oh yeah, I've seen this brand before. They seem legit, but maybe not quite there yet. So they're intrigued. You send more content, then they become interested. I like this brand, but I'm not fully there yet. Maybe it's not the right time, whatever it is. And then you send more content, they become a level 4 buyer. I like and trust this brand, and I'm ready to buy. The only way to do that really is with content. If you just show somebody your brand once, they're going to forget about you. Thousands of brands out there. You need to continue to show them, continue to build that trust. Just like when you meet somebody for the first time, you don't trust them right away. Maybe you don't want to, leave your wallet with them or something. Maybe that. People are nice. You could leave their wallet. But you know what I mean. It takes a couple times conversing with somebody, getting to know them to really trust them enough to hang out. And so people just need content to convert. Thousands of brands out there. They need more info to make the decision. Plus, people just don't trust you right off the bat. It's very rare for them to go to your site and buy on the spot. You need to get their email and nurture them with content to get them over the edge. You just need that content. Just one time isn't going to cut it. So, cheapest way to send content to maintain margins and profit is email. It's also the most predictable. So, this is return on investment. Usually per $1 spent, you get about $36 back with email. It's super cheap. It costs a fraction of a cent to send emails, and so you're really getting the most bang for your buck. You could do Facebook ads, Meta ads, whatever it is, but you have to pay a lot more. You're usually only getting a 3x return on investment if you have a good ad. And so if you want to spend that, or you can do it cheaper with email, and everybody checks their email. Everybody goes through their email. So that's the cheapest way to do it. Email marketing is the number one option for sending content, building trust, and staying top of mind. It's very cheap. You own it completely. You own your email list. These are your customers. It's very predictable. You know for a fact how many people are on your email list and what percent of them will convert. And it's also scalable. You just bring more people into the funnel, and then the revenue will scale kind of linearly and exponentially. And then 4, it increases your customer goodwill. By sending emails, sending good content, you're able to just kind of build that trust and continue to provide them value to where they can trust you again, and then no one can take it away. Zuck can't shut it down. It's the problem with ads. At the snap of a finger, they can raise ad prices 10x, and there's nothing you can do about it. With email, you own it completely, and no one can take it away. Put it simply, cheapest way to get traffic from people who already know, like, and trust you. That's the amazing thing. A lot of ads are to people who don't know, like, and trust you. Email is just a massive database of people who know, like, and trust you. You've sent them content, and they trust you, and so it's the easiest way to access these people. So let's talk about the funnel. First, we need to talk about list growth, which is this section here. After we have this lame funnel where a lot of people leave, this is what we're talking about here. We have list growth. You need to get people on your list. So there's a lot of value with new subscribers. New subscribers are worth more than past subscribers. They actually are, because they just opted into their email list and maybe they're ready to buy, or you piqued their interest. And so there's a thing known as the honeymoon phase, which is right when they join the list and kind of up to their first, second purchase. They're in a honeymoon phase. You're this new brand. They're like, oh, I just opted into their emails. These guys look awesome. They had a solid website. This is cool. This could be my new favorite brand. People do that often. So that's a honeymoon phase. And so you can get that. And then fresh interest also, if they clicked onto your ad and then they go to your site and sign up to your email list, that is very fresh interest. It's probably top of mind. And so that's kind of the value of a new subscriber, whereas a longer term subscriber, they have probably bought from you before and they trust you, but they can start to lose interest. So you can overcome that by sending good content, but new subscribers are super key, and so you always want to make sure that you're growing your list. And so we have 4 methods of list growth, which is our pop-up forms, post-purchase opt-ins, sign-up pages, and sign-up embeds, kind of in the order in which they work. So pop-up forms that load onto your site in the viewer's face after a certain activity, usually a couple seconds after somebody goes to your site and get a pop-up form. Hey, do you want this incentive? Just give us your email, and then you deliver it. So pop-up forms are going to be the main one. A good pop-up form will convert 10% of your website traffic into email subscribers. So that's why we put 10% in that graphic up top. 2, we have post-purchase opt-ins. So it's just a checkbox next to someone's purchase when they're checking out, asking if they want to receive future marketing. Very effective. You can just get the email address of pretty much everybody who purchases. You can have that checkbox automatically checked, and they'll get added to the email list. 3, sign-up pages. So just full pages on your site dedicated to getting someone's email address. You can link that in like your social media, blog content, whatever you want, and you could have giveaways on your sign-up pages. You can have certain things. So these are just pages on your website for collecting email addresses. Then you have sign-up embeds, so embedded forms on your websites like homepage, in your footer, always a good place to have your email address and offer whatever kind of incentive that you're giving or reason for somebody to sign up for your email list. So those are the 4 methods of list growth that you need to have to feed into the rest of the funnel. So the next part of it are your flows, which are your automated emails, which are right here. So what are flows? Automated emails sent to a customer after they complete a specified action. Things like joining the email list, abandoning an item that they added to cart, or making a purchase. After they do those actions, they'll get fired into a flow, a set of emails that are going to essentially convert them and give them the necessary information they need. It helps allow us to automate the customer journey, send high converting reminders, give cross sales and relevant information to the customer. They should make up about 50% of your total revenue, the other 50% coming from campaigns, which are the one-time emails sent to the list. If you're around 60-40, 40-60, 50-50%, you're usually good. If you get outside of that, then there's probably a problem. Like if flows right here was 30%, campaigns were 70%, I'd probably say probably a lot of room for improvement in the flows. So why use flows? Again, just to show it really clearly, it's automated revenue. You get to take pressure off your campaigns. If you are constantly just hands off generating revenue from your flows, it's going to take pressure off your campaigns where you're like, oh my gosh, our email revenue is down this month. We need to send a ton of campaigns. Flows will help you take pressure off that. Convert your high intent traffic, abandonment people, people who just joined the email list. It'll allow you to convert those people without letting them slip away. Recover your lost sales, so abandonment flows. So you would have lost these sales otherwise, but you're sending them reminders. And then personalize the customer experience. If you have flows and you have somebody like post-purchase, they make a purchase, they buy a specific item, you can customize the experience by giving them specific content to that item, and that just helps the customer. So what flows do we want? Here is a table of everything you want with the Klaviyo trigger and the Klaviyo filter. These are kind of just like the base stuff that you want to make sure that you have live. Every e-com brand needs these live. Welcome flow, website abandon, someone visits the site and then leaves. Browse abandon, views a product then leaves. Cart abandon, adds to their cart then leaves. Checkout abandon, goes to checkout and then leaves. Post purchase, somebody makes a purchase and then win back. Somebody hasn't purchased in 60 days. I have a very long video on Klaviyo flows, so you can check that out. It's just down on my channel. You can find it. But these are like the Klaviyo filters and whatnot that you want to have so that they fire correctly. More information in the other video on my channel if you want to go find it. So those are the flows, and then now we want campaigns. So campaigns are this part of the funnel here. And so campaigns are the one-time emails that you send to your list at a certain time. Typical campaign topics that you might be thinking of are like holiday sales, like Black Friday, Memorial Day, those types of sales. To like back in stock emails, so you just got some new items in stock and you want to send to all your customers, all your email list to let them know. Product releases, again, like a one-time thing that happens. But those are like the main ones that you think of, but there's much more to campaigns and getting customer loyalty and conversions over time. So what do you send? How do you build that? How do you get conversions and build loyalty over time? So nobody on your email list just wants to receive offers, discounts, and like pick me type content where it's like buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff. By doing so, you just seem needy, and no one wants to buy from someone needy. Creates sales resistance. Somebody goes up to you and it's like buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. They're like, oh my goodness, no, I do not want to buy from you. So by being altruistic, like don't really care, like here's the product, here's the information, buy if you want, and avoiding asking for sales, it helps you accomplish 2 things. You avoid annoying your list with just discounts over and over again and then losing the effectiveness of your discounts over time. And then two, you also position yourself as a sought after brand who doesn't need to beg for purchases. Like when I'm thinking about the top brands in the world where I'm like, okay, that is a prestigious brand. Like I'm thinking like designer, I'm thinking of like Apple, those types of brands. It's like, are they saying sale, come buy our stuff, like massive, whatever? Like, no, they're just saying like, here's our product, here's why it's so amazing, have it if you want. And then people just flock to them. It's just like you always want what you can't have, and you want what people. That's why you always are attracted to the person who you'd never have a chance with. Same sort of thing. We recommend 3 to 4 campaigns per week. Yes, 3 to 4 per week. For some people, they think that's a lot. It's really not. If your email list, everybody checks their email multiple times a day. They're probably on other newsletters, and so it's easy for you to get buried. 3 to 4 campaigns really isn't a lot. It's every other day, and we found that to convert the best across the board. And so this is like bad content, sale, buy our stuff, discount exclusive, gone forever, buy or die. Good content is like tips and tricks, message from our founder, what does this mean, our favorite picks, watch out for this in the industry, like here's like some risks, things like that. That's good type of content that people can get, and you're giving them dopamine. It's kind of like social media. Like people scroll social media to get this type of content. Let's give it to them in the email and provide value to them so that we build our so that we kind of like build our authority and build trust. So here are a ton of campaign ideas if you want them for non-discount campaigns that aren't pick me type stuff. You can pause this video and look at it if you would like. But yeah, I'll also put this doc in the description so that you can have it. But like one benefit feature, talking about one specific benefit, having one feature, so actually one feature of your product, such as its ingredients or materials. I won't read all of these, but like FAQ, frequently asked question, what's inside, how it's made, how to use, back in stock. We have a ton of different stuff, myths versus facts, progress update on the brand, a customer transformation, puzzles, treat yourself, that's always a good one. People like, if you say, hey, treat yourself, you deserve it, people often buy. Tips and tricks, flashback Friday, throwback Thursday, stuff like that, staff picks. These are all great ideas that you can use that don't use discounts. And right here, if you're sending 3 to 4 campaigns a week, and you send 3 to 4, you just go through one by one of these. This is going to get you, let's see, 3 months worth of content. So more than that, my math is bad, but you get the point. If you send 3 to 4 campaigns a week, this will get you through some time. So you want to build a monthly campaign calendar on top of this, just to make sure that you're planning your content effectively and you're fitting those topics, as I mentioned. So if you have topics to choose from, you make your calendar for what campaigns do you want to send on what day. So here's how to build a monthly campaign calendar for your emails. You just want to determine your important dates. So you pulled up just a, say it's June, and you want to create a calendar. Just pull up, determine the important dates that you want in your calendar. So if you want to run a sale for June, if there are any product launches in June, if there are any holidays in June, just go ahead and put those into your calendar for those dates. So now you have a blank June calendar with some important dates. Then you want to add supplementary emails to those important dates for like a sale that you're running for, like, I don't know, a June sale, June 10th, say, for example. You want to add your supplementary emails. So maybe you have like a reminder and then like a closer email. So you have the sale launch on the 10th, you have a reminder on the 12th, and then you have a sale closer on the 14th. Add those supplementary emails. If you have a product launch, you could do a teaser. Whatever you want to do, add those. And then for all the extra spaces that you have, so now you have like a third of your calendar filled out for June with like the supplementary content and the main stuff. Fill in the gaps to make sure you have 3 to 4 email campaigns per week, and use micro topic campaigns, which are just kind of like the examples I gave above. Micro topics are just topics that are one specific thing about your emails, rather than giving people a whole massive article about a ton of information that's going to overwhelm them. We choose a micro topic, such as like one specific benefit about your product, rather than showing them all possible great things and how your product saves the world and ends world hunger, all that good stuff. You just want to pick one specific thing. Like we help you feel happier. Like that's one specific thing. So here's just the campaign process, easily made visual. So those are all of the parts of the funnel. It's just a cheap content flywheel. That's just email. Cheap content flywheel. Rather than spending a ton on paid ads, waiting for people to try to organically come to your content, which can take a while. It's not predictable. You don't know when people are going to re-see your content. We want to have a cheap content flywheel. We have these automated journeys that will send, if somebody signs up to your email list and 4 months later they go to your website because they thought about you, because they were just going about their day and there's like, oh yeah, I need to buy this product. They go to your website and then they abandon their cart. we have these flows automatically firing and it's cheap content. We don't have to send retargeting ads that cost a lot of money. Then you have campaigns where you're constantly staying top of mind, continuing to remind the customer of your product. You're giving them value, building goodwill, and you're getting conversions along the way. You're just overcoming objections with each email that you send, and people will automatically buy. And if you can get 10% of your website traffic to come in, if you have like 50,000 website viewers a month, you get 5,000 new email subscribers a month. Like that's very achievable. That's what we help do for brands. So it's very much possible. Just think of email as a cheap content flywheel, cheap content to people who already know, like, and trust you. So that's why it's so effective. That is it for this one. Join my free daily newsletter. I wouldn't be promoting it if I didn't think it was the best thing in the world. It is very good. And if you want to find me, you can have my Twitter links. My Twitter, that's where I'm the most active. YouTube, of course, which is hopefully what you're watching. LinkedIn, feel free to email me if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. And yeah, this doc will be in the description. Let me know if there are any future videos that you want covered, and I will see you in the next one.